I'm sure the exit polls, and you can refute me if you want, but I guarantee you the majority of people that voted for Trump are uneducated. I know that's like, oh, Joe, that's fucked up to say. No, no, that's actually the fact. And if you want to show me proof otherwise, you won't find it. I guarantee you, the uneducated voted for Trump.
Soul Calibur 5.
Give me a second.
Brothers, this is Angry Joe, or Pissed Off Pedro. He's a retard that has been irrelevant for quite some time, and the only time that people actually talk about him these days is when he loses his mind over Donald Trump doing something fairly based, or ICE and immigration doing something fairly based, as is the case with this particular conversation. So, Pissed Off Pedro decided that he is going to melt down at anyone supporting Trump. And by the way, that clip is from 2016. That was from the first time that Trump won. And this guy, damn near 10 years later, is still doing the same routine, still losing his mind over Trump and the Trump administration. And holy shit, it is an embarrassing spectacle on his timeline. He is losing his mind at people like Endymion, Grums, and Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers. This guy is spurging. And what caused all of this? What caused this guy to lose his mind? Well, it's this post right here from the official White House account, which shows Trump in Halo armor. Donald John Trump in Halo armor. It's like, wow, we're going to defeat the flood. It's going to be huge. So, yeah, GameStop has been retweeting Trump and posting their own memes, and it's been a lot of fun. But all of these left-wing hacktivists within the content creator space, especially in gaming spaces, have been losing their mind. The Ackman is another person that's been losing their mind over this, but not quite to the extent of Pissed Off Pedro. Now, this, I think, is clear proof that Gamergate won. If you recall, about 10 years ago or so, this was an unthinkable thing, where you would have the President of the United States posting Halo memes in relation to ICE and immigration. This is a major win. And I also want to remind you that Angry Joe has always been against gamers. I know that you may not think that because nostalgia has a way of, tripping you up at times, but Angry Joe at every step of the way has been against Gamergate, has been against people who criticize wokeness. Do you remember for Battlefield 5? Gamers said, we don't want a woman on the front lines of World War II with a bionic arm bludgeoning Nazis. With her sidekick Tonto, which was just some Japanese guy. Yeah, we don't think that really makes total sense. We don't want that. Do you know what Joe's first response was? Oh, gamers are just misogynists. They just don't like it because it's a woman, which is exactly what EA said. And then they later came back and recanted because nobody fucking bought the game. It was a failure. And Joe had to come out weeks later and apologize. And that was the cycle. Joe would defend wokeness and identity politics and left-wing orthodoxy. And then he would get shamed and humiliated for it. And eventually he would come out and apologize. But his knee-jerk, his instinct was always this. That gamers should not win. He was somebody that wasn't 100% on board with Anita Sarkeesian, but he was in that sort of orbit. And I think people misremember that. Despite the fact that this guy has been wrong about nearly everything over the years, they still have some reverence for Joe simply because he was the first, but he has been replaced 100, 1,000 times over by people that do it better than him. Now, the memes are glorious. GameStop reposted this meme image in response to the White House. Imagine telling people in 2016 that the White House is posting Trump Halo memes with GameStop. Yeah, that's crazy. And it's amazing. And it's good fun. But not for Joe. Not for these left-wing oriented creators. They are losing their mind. And there's an AI-generated meme going around, which is hilarious, which has Donald Trump saying that, well, I guess I ended 9 wars now. I guess I ended 9 wars because the console wars are over. You know? That's funny. I accept it now. For years they said Gamergate was responsible for everything, including Trump. We laughed and called them delusional, but were they? Now that the White House... Yeah, and look at this. This is really the post that solidified Joe's crash out. Fuck ICE and fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of here with this Halo meme shit. Your shitty dehumanizing police state propaganda. No one thinks your shit is cool. Joe, no one thinks you're cool. No one cares what you have to say. Joe, everyone thinks this is cool except for you and a couple retards on the left. Everyone thinks this is based and interesting and funny. This is awesome. Deport Angry Joe, Flood sympathizer. Like, everyone is having fun, Joe, but you. Everyone is having fun, Joe, but you. You are freaking out because you recognize that gamers are actually winning. The President of the United States posted a Halo meme. And by the way, I know that Joe has talked about this, but he was freaking out. He was freaking out because one of the guys that was responsible for the music around Halo supported Donald Trump and is actually running for Congress. Yeah. That's right. So Joe is on a generational crash out because he sees that gamers are winning and he can't fucking stand it. He can't stand it. So pissed off Pedro can piss into the wind. Nobody gives a shit about him. He hasn't been relevant in years. It's actually amazing to watch Donald Trump use meme culture and gamer culture to try to recruit people. That's awesome. That's a major, major win. And the only people that are pissed about it are these disgusting, despicable, bad actors acting in bad faith. Putting aside the fact that there are 10 stars missing from the AR-generated flag. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You bitter, pathetic losers. You wanted politics in gaming. But the difference is you wanted your politics in gaming. That's the difference here. That's why you're mad. Because you lost. Now, these people need to be stomped out metaphorically from the arena of ideas and never allowed to fester and remanifest to start polluting our culture and entertainment ever again. These people have spent years affirming every sort of disgusting, degenerate, retarded, indefensible left-wing idea. Like, you guys remember this? Halo pushes feminist messaging and Women's History Month social media posts. And LGBTQ. Yeah, that was a whole thing. You guys remember that? They had no problem with this at all. None. Because when it comes to degeneracy and left-wing politics, man, these people affirm it every single time. But when it comes to Trump posting a meme, Angry Joe loses his fucking mind. And I think people like Angry Joe need to be shamed and humiliated for the rest of their miserable has-been career. Because now he's going after people like Endymion. For what? What did Endymion do? Be Endymion and clutch pearls because someone he doesn't know dislikes Donald Trump and how ICE has conducted themselves. You, Joe, are somebody that has affirmed the worst of the worst. And by the way, Joe, my question to you is, why do you have such a kinship with illegal criminal aliens? Why do you hate this country so much that you think that the people of America, citizens, should have to endure criminal illegal aliens? Joe, you're a piece of shit. You're a loser. Nobody respects you. Nobody cares what you have to say. Ever since the days that you were humiliated and ragdolled by people like Jeff Keighley, you have lost any semblance of credibility. You've been replaced. And I think maybe that's part of the bitterness, is that there was a time where you were pretty popular and prominent, but now you're not, and nobody respects you and nobody cares what you have to say. Except for when you come out and you shit on Donald Trump and other people and go on these Spurg sessions, then we care for about 15 minutes so we can rag on you, shit on you, because you're a piece of shit and we can use you as an example of what not to do and what not to be. Because keep in mind, when Joe was prominent, like 10 years ago, he would use his influence and his position to shit on gamers every time and come up with this coded, woke, buzzword bullshit salad. Every time. Oh, guys, it's just misogyny and you guys are gooners. Angry Joe is somebody that actually went out there and said, guys, they're not going to take away your jack-off material, talking about the overt grotesquification of women in gaming in the West. Guys, they're not going to take off your jack-off material. This guy has been wrong about everything since pretty much his inception. But the thing was, he was first, and people have a nostalgic mindset around that. But you need to take off the nostalgic glasses and realize what a piece of shit Angry Joe is. And the fact is, this guy never represented you. He was always about his own ego. He has always been a left-wing stooge. And now we can see him for who and what he really is, a fat, disgruntled, leftist retard. And he should be made fun of. And I know that some people may still hold some lingering vestiges of nostalgia for Joe, but I'm telling you, there are better content creators out there. Don't waste your time on pissed off Pedro. All right? This guy supports criminal illegal aliens. This guy thinks that Kamala Harris would have been the better option. This guy hates Donald Trump because Donald Trump is actually an effective leader and somebody that makes America great again. Pissed off Pedro doesn't care about America, which is why I would put out there that Joe should probably be deported. And might as well. Hassan and Joe and these people that hate America, just get them the fuck out. Send them to Antarctica or maybe Uganda. Who knows? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is an amazing story, isn't it? When you really think about it. The official White House is posting Halo memes. It's amazing. This was unthinkable 10 years ago. What good fun. So, thank you to the Trump administration. Thank you to our President Donald Trump, who is currently in Japan right now, greeting the new Prime Minister. Which, by the way, the new Prime Minister of Japan absolutely loves Trump. And, they seem to be getting along very, very well. Very interesting. So, yeah, that's fantastic. I hope that Donald Trump continues with the memes. Because, boy, is it cathartic to watch these people freak out. The worst people in gaming. All of these left-wing hacktivist retards. They try to purge gamers from gaming. They're now having to sit and watch all of their work be undone. And the person they hate the most, Donald Trump, and his supporters, to watch them get a victory like this is so satisfying. Well, Joe, in your honor, we're going to be doubling the deportations. We're going to be ramping up the efforts. As they say, we shall redouble our efforts. Yeah. twice as many illegal criminal aliens are going to be going home. Anyway, brothers, thank you for watching. I appreciate the support, and we'll see you next time.